what you doing? Like, how do I get there? And so over time, like I said, I've done multiple fasts. I've challenged myself to do a lot of dry fasts. I've done a soft and a hard dry fast. So a soft dry fast is where the only type of water that's getting onto your body is from like a shower or for brushing your teeth. A hard dry fast is literally you not touching anything at all. And so that's you, like, you ain't taking a shower or anything like that. Some people go, oh, that's nasty and sick. But think about it. If I go ahead and take a shower at the end of the night and then I'm not doing anything that full day, like my body's going to be clean because the only thing I've been doing is sleeping. If I haven't been sweating in my sleep, then I'm good. So my body's still going to be in a smooth state. When you do a hard or soft dry fast, I know like different types of terminologies have changed, or not terminology, different types of information has changed, but hard dry fast is the toughest one you can do. Now with the soft dry fast, the consensus is that and a hard dry fast may not be as much of a difference, but really with both of those, like if you do a dry fast, that's going to be equivalent to you doing 3 days of a water fast. So if you think about probably doing a water fast, that's probably going to be equivalent to you doing like 5 or 6 days and maybe like a caloric deficit on, a very minimal type of food diet. So the thing that I like about dry fast, it truly clears your mind. And the biggest thing too is it clears up a lot of information. When I realized for myself, I kid you not, when I used to get on airplanes, when I used to sit on buses, my knees used to be bad. So I would have to like sit on the outside. And this is as like a 18-year-old up until like a 24-year-old kid. When I started to take black seed oil and I started to do my fast, I kid you not, it repaired my body like no other. My immune system was cleaning out, my esophagus was cleaning out, my knees, like I don't even have knee problems anymore. Like I'm telling you, it went away when I was consistent with the black seed oil and the fasting. And it's crazy how these remedies like black seed oil and all these, like I said ladies, that's so country, black seed oil and all those, these are things that our elders used to know about back in the day. I remember when my granny was alive, and she would say she knew about black seed oil and all this, but she was like, DeMarcus, it hasn't been talked about as much, and we've kind of lost track of using these type of things. And I said, man, that's crazy. So when I started to use the black seed oil and I started to do my fast, I kid you not, like it changed my body, changed the way everything felt. And so over time, I would incorporate these things again, and up until today, like as I'm talking to you all now, I just finished a 48-hour fast. Actually, it's about 50 hours now because it's I think I ended my fast around 2:45, so we'll be at like 50 hours in like the next 30 minutes. But I've trained myself to understand how the fast go. Now, what's crazy is I haven't actually really done a fast probably since like midsummer. But when you know how it feels, when you know how to get yourself into that zone, it's easy to get back to it. But you can't go too long without putting yourself into a fasting state because it's going to be tougher, especially when you've introduced so much food. So the biggest thing is like you just got to kind of train your mind like, hey, let me try to do a fast maybe once a week. Let me try to do it a couple times a month. By just challenging yourself, it'll put you into a whole different zone. So what I'm doing now is I did a snake diet fast the day before yesterday, and I did a water fast today. So for y'all that don't know, if you've checked out my YouTube channel, the multi-facets of DeMarcus, you'll see a couple years ago where I showed y'all how I do this diet called the snake diet. And this dude named Cole on YouTube, it's this white dude, he'd be like yelling at people in the camera and all this and that on his YouTube page. But it really introduced me to like how the snake diets work and how electrolytes can really help to shape our body differently. So with the snake diet, what you do is you have pink Himalayan salt, because it's natural salt. You have a no sodium based salt, and it's potassium only. And the potassium is obviously going to help you to be able to clean out your system, poop and all that. And since it's no salt there, that's what's going to help you to be able to cleanse yourself out. Then you add in some baking soda and lemon juice. This is going to be able to help your liver and your kidneys to be able to be on point. And what I didn't do before that I've done now is I actually incorporated a no calorie or no sugar sweetener. And so that has no calories, no salt or anything with it. So that's going to help to make the taste better. Now I want to preface this, that taste is nasty as shit. You have to really train your mind, and you have to really get into a certain space, because I'm telling you, if you don't process it smoothly, you will throw up. Like if you're someone that's not used to like drinking or can't handle the taste of salt, if you're someone that can't like even like gulp down water like a good amount at a time. Like you need to like practice or take time to like separate it out. And even for myself now, like I've done a lot of saltwater fast to the point to where like I can handle it. But even the other day when I reintroduced it to myself, like I drank the water pretty quick, and for that last little bit, I was like, man, I can't do it. So what I'm probably going to have to do now is split it up, because once you've gotten used to it so much, your body can be like, man, you know, I remember that taste, so I'm not really too fond of that. So what I may even have to do now is kind of split it up, because I realized that even in the past, like I was kind of forcing myself to do it. Like, you know, I was like, hey, let's go ahead and just drink all this at once. And I had to realize that like, hey, I may just be like doing too much to myself, where like, not that I'm putting myself in a bad position, but I'm fighting this taste and stuff like that I'm going to push myself away from wanting to do the fast. So the other day I was able to put it in the 32 ounce. One thing that's funny about the fast is that I wasn't even paying attention at the time, because I just had assumed that 33 ounces was like 2 liters. But the whole time that I was doing the snake fast, I was putting all that into a 32 ounce bottle. And in the video, the guy says to do 2 liters, when 2 liters is like 66 ounces. So this could probably be something too. I'm killing that whole fast in one setting. And I'm like, dog, that's crazy. So the good thing is, though, I was able to go ahead and knock it out, so I'd be good for the day. And so the big thing with the fast is that you have to make sure you're drinking water, because if not, it's just going to sit in your stomach. So you want to drink like, you know, probably like a half a gallon, close to a gallon of water a day, because you want to keep your body hydrated and keep your system going. So the good thing is that I'll go ahead and knock it out though, and then the rest of the day I'm just drinking fresh water. So when I brush my teeth, or if I had like some sugar-free gum, that's going to be able to let me like, you know, get my mind off of the taste. So for the saltwater fast, like if you're someone that wants to drop weight quickly, and you're someone that wants to be like at a high energy state while you're doing it, that's the best fast to do outside of like dry fast. It's way better than water fast. The reason why the saltwater fast is great is because your body is going to be able to move on electrolytes. Now, if you look at the guy Cole's videos now, he's really adamant on adding sugar to it. The reason why he said that sugar is going to be key is because sugar does give us energy as well. When you think about carbohydrates, these are the things that's going to be the most top thing to give us energy, you know, especially with the glycogen. Like your body's going to use carbohydrates in order to be able to burn energy and burn fat. And so, you know, if it doesn't able to burn fat, then what's the first thing it's going to do? Burn muscle. And so he's someone that's adamant on adding sugar to it. Adding sugar is actually not bad, because when you think about it, you just can't overdo the sugar. But sugar can be good for us depending on how you're doing it. But I ended up sticking to the old way of doing it. And the craziest thing, I kid you not, when you're doing this type of fast because of these electrolytes, you're going to realize that you have the same, you might not have the fully the same energy, but you have energy just like you ate a shit ton of food. I kid you not. Like the energy that I have when I can do the snake fast and go into the gym, it's like I haven't lost a step. And so when you think about like, you know, sugar and stuff in your diet, look at liquid IVs. Like liquid IVs are like 30 grams of sugar per pack. So sugar is going to be beneficial in helping your body to, you know, be able to replenish and get the energy, but it's not necessarily like you have to have it. If you do this snake diet, take 1 teaspoon of pink Himalayan salt, 1 teaspoon of no sodium salt. You can do about a half a teaspoon of baking soda, half a teaspoon of lemon juice. If you want to do the no sugar pack, you can. I'm telling you, if you do this for like 3 days straight, and if you want to be like, you know, really take it to the next level and go to the gym, not only will you lose a good amount of weight, but you will clean your body out like no other. And you'll realize that like, hey, I'm taking myself to a whole nother level. And so it's a great feeling. If you're someone that hasn't fasted before, I'm definitely putting you to the test of challenging yourself. Definitely look into fasting, because you're going to see it's going to be the best way to heal the body and the best way to heal the mind. Like there's times where, even talking to y'all now, like my mind is so clear, my mind is fresh. You know, the way in which my thoughts and stuff are clear is just different. The way in which my body feels right now is different. And so, again, you can't obviously fast forever, but the thing is to slowly introduce foods and then not overdo it. So when you come off of the fast, it's not like your body is is doing itself a disservice. The thing too, when you're fasting, is your stomach's going to get smaller. Your intestines are going to get smaller as well. So if you're trying to eat a ton of food when you come off the fast, which I've done before, it's probably going to be uncomfortable, and you're going to deplete the way that the fast is being done, because if my immune system wasn't working as hard and it has to work even harder when I introduce food, then it could rupture. It could really be in a position to where I'm hurting myself, because now it's trying to outperform itself from the previous time of not having enough food and stuff in my system. And so, to summarize, I would recommend definitely trying out a dry fast, definitely doing a saltwater fast, and definitely doing a water fast when you can. If you're someone that wants to take it slow, I'd recommend that, hey, if you're someone that's eating a good amount of food, or if you even have a good diet but you want to learn how to get into fasting, do a water fast, or start off with an intermittent fast. Intermittent fasting is great as well too. I would say for a water fast, challenge yourself to first do, let's say, 15 hours. The reason why I say 15 is because a lot of times when we think about sleep, we're going to sleep for an average of 7 to 8 hours if you're getting a good amount of sleep. Most of the time, some people may not even eat breakfast, so you're kind of just stalling until you're getting up for work or whatever. So you might get to around like 11 or noon and haven't ate anything yet. So that's too easy. Let's do 15 hours. So try like 15 hours of maybe going with nothing, and then for the rest of the day just drinking water. If you ate a lot of food from the day before, you will be good for the next day, I promise. So make sure that you drink a lot of water. So let's say, I'll give y'all a schedule. Let's do this. Say you get a good 7 to 8 hours. Say the day before you've eaten a good amount of food. Okay, I had a nice dinner. Cool. You go to sleep. You get anywhere between 6 to 8 hours of sleep. Okay, cool. Try to push yourself to not have to get any type of food, right? You can drink water if you want to, but try not to do any type of food. Go through your day-to-day routine. Try to keep your mind and yourself busy. Try to stay away from thoughts that may have you thinking about food, and just say, you know what, I'm gonna push myself. If you have the urge to drink water, get you some water. A lot of times when we think that our body, our stomachs are growling and we think that we need food, it's truly saying that we're dehydrated, we need more water. So if you're someone that needs to grab the water, cool. So if you've already started on the water track when you get up, keep that going. Say, you know what, I'm gonna challenge myself for the next 8 hours just to drink water. I'm gonna challenge myself for the next 8 hours to just drink water. So there, if we've already slept for 7 or 8 hours, and I challenge myself to drink water for the next 8 hours, I'm at 15, 16 hours. So there, I'm already in the mindset of saying, you know what, I can do this. So then, if I want to break the fast and I want to eat some food, cool. At least I've done my first stint of going through a water fast. Try that for a little bit of time, see how it works, and then after a certain period of time, say, you know what, I'm gonna go a full day just doing a water fast. I might take some of my vitamins and stuff as well too, but we're just going to drink water. Then, you may get back to the thing of eating food and all that. When you get into the zone of eating food again, try to drink even more water when you're doing that, so your body can feel full and so you can feel hydrated. Because the next thing we're going to do is go into that dry fast. So once our body is fully hydrated and we have the nutrients and things that we need, we're going to challenge ourselves to go a full day with a dry fast. Now, if you're someone that's like, you know what, I got to go to work and stuff, or I'm someone where I just feel too nasty, even though it's not going to be nasty, where I got to take a shower, cool. Go for a soft, dry fast. All you got to do is just brush your teeth and get into the shower. Just don't think about drinking any type of water. Don't think about getting any type of food. Try to do that for 24 hours. Then there, you've challenged yourself enough to where you're like, you know what? I've done intermittent fasting, I've done a water fast, and I've done a soft or hard, dry fast. Okay? So there, you're in the mode of fasting. Like you've already knocked out the toughest fast, right? If you want to do that same way with the spiritual fast, that's on the religious side, but as far as from just a natural human-like thing, you've already done the toughest type of fast. Now, if you say, I want to get into a zone, I need to be working out, I need to get my energy back, that's when we go into the snake diet. If you someone that's like, you know what, the water fast is cool, but I don't feel like I have enough energy, let's go ahead and walk over to that snake fast. Let's go ahead and get some energy flowing. If you someone that's like, hey, you know what, I need to get back into the gym, let's go ahead and get that snake juice early on in the morning. Let's go ahead and get our bodies and stuff going. I would say anywhere between 8 a.m. to 2 or 3 p.m. And those are ideal. You could do it at any time during the day, but this might be ideal if you're trying to get to the gym or whatever. But let's go ahead and get that snake juice knocked out. I am telling you right now, you will have so much daggone energy. And the reason being is because when we work out, our bodies are going to lose electrolytes because we're sweating. So if I'm going into the gym already with it, my body's going to be able to recover a bit more because the electrolytes that I have from the snake juice is going to be able to help with that. Now, something else that I would do as well is I would, in addition to, even though that was technically, I'd be breaking my fast doing this, I would take BCAAs. So just imagine, like, if I'm doing BCAAs with the snake diet, I'm getting those proteins and amino acids. So I'm able to lift like maybe even stronger than I would because my body's not fighting off as much inflammation. With the snake juice, man, it's game time. And I lost like probably I went from 272 to about two. I think the lowest I got to was like 23 at that time. So I lost like 49 pounds during the pandemic. And, a lot of people some people didn't even notice. I didn't even get praise and stuff for it. Like, a lot of people don't even know that I lost that much weight. And it's because, like, that diet and stuff was consistent. Now, what I didn't do was I didn't stay with it. So the thing is, you have to be able to keep yourself in that state, in that mind state, and just realize that, like, we're not doing this for temporary. We're doing this for the long term. And so for myself, like, I knew I can get through it, but I didn't have the mindset to be like, you know what, like, we're going to continue to make this a lifestyle. And so now I know what I know is, hey, in the last 30 days, I've been able to get down, like, I think I checked the scale earlier. I was able to get down like 24 pounds in the last 30 days. And this is 30 days. And this isn't even including me working out and stuff. This was like, I took the picture when I was of my scale when I was at 256. Then I said, this was on like the 29th. And then when this January 2nd hit, that's when I went into like my low carb zone. I was working out a little bit. I had previously been consistent with working out, but guess what happened? Going into that second week, I got sick, but I still kept up with that low carb eating. And so when I got back into my gym routine and everything like I'm in now, man, like, I'm going to keep being on this trajectory to really be locked in. But more importantly, because of the state that I've been in, I'm really locked in to say, you know what, like, we're going to keep up with this. And this is something to where it's like, I'm pushing myself to be dauntless this year. That's my word. That was my word starting off last year, but I changed it to this year. Last year was preparation. This year is being dauntless. So part of me being dauntless is saying, you know what, like, we're going to fight to get the body that we want. We're going to fight to get a lot of things that we want. And we're going to fight to get to certain levels that we want to get to. And that's challenging myself. And the mindset that I'm in now, like, me being on month 2 now eating low carb, it just felt like nothing. This literally felt like I've been doing this for forever. And so I'm keeping my mind state going, but when you're fasting and stuff like that, it's going to help you to challenge yourself. A big challenge for me in this time is like, hey, I've been able to get through the 30 days or whatever. Now let's see how I respond after I do the 3-day fast. Because before I would fast, eat a lot of food. Now I'm going to challenge myself to say, you know what, we're in this zone where we're eating healthier. Okay, let's see what type of foods you eat, DeMarcus. Let's see if you can stick with this low carb and not get yourself out of that zone. I'm not going to let myself do that because now we locked into a different type of level, a different mentality. So you got to be able to train your mind to work in different type of ways. You got to be able to train your mind to say, you know what, like, I'm going to challenge myself to be better than I was the day before. I'm going to challenge myself to have a better perspective on the way that I look at things in life than I did before. Again, that's not saying you might be in a financial burden. You might have no job. You might have, be at the low point of your life. But when you can challenge yourself at certain points to be able to do something that you haven't done before, whether that's a small win or whatever, you're going to realize that when a time comes to when you're in a better position, man, that was easy. I can do that now. And so for myself, it's like, okay, let's see how long we can challenge ourselves. The longest I've ever did a fast was 96 hours. That wasn't a full dry fast, but I did like maybe one day was like salt, 2 days was water, and then one day was, I think the end it was a dry fast. But again, when you challenge yourself and you realize how your body and stuff's working, you trust yourself and your mental, you are going to realize that, hey, I can really do this. Like, I can get it done. So if you need inspiration, check out some of my videos on the life or the multifacets of DeMarcus. Check all the videos and stuff that people have on YouTube. Do your own research and just check different sources, chat GPT it, whatever, and even read older books about the way people did it in the older times. Listen to the books, spiritually, whatever your religion is. Look at how they did it back in the spiritual books. Like, I'm asking you and I'm pushing you to challenge yourself to see, like, how far can I go without these things that the world tells me that I have to have. And again, I'm still learning. Like, this perspective you can probably put into all different aspects of life, but we're talking about fasting, and then as far as like eating better and stuff consistently, I'm telling you, I'm someone that has gotten through this, and I'm doing it now. Like, I'm continuing to challenge myself in ways, and I'm recording it. I'm going to have evidence of it to show y'all on the scale. If you want to check it out on my YouTube, I have different videos where I'm talking about this when I'm in the gym. When I go to the gym, I work out of my sweatsuit. So you got to continue to challenge yourself. You got to continue to be in spaces where you are willing to do different types of things, and you're willing to level up yourself. Don't listen to everybody that's telling you, oh, don't do this and that. A lot of people will put their limitations on you because they're not willing to try something to get out of the box. So I'm telling you today, if you're someone that has been scared about it or heard other people tell you that you should do this and that, challenge yourself today. See how long you can go. See what you can do for your body, for yourself, for your healing, and see if you can just make yourself proud and have a smile on your face for achieving something. So it's your boy DeMarcus. This is a life of a multifacet. This is a long episode. I'm almost talking for 45 minutes. I'll probably split this up into 2 parts. So shout out to y'all, the ones that will be watching this, the ones that will see the platform whenever it gets to that point, that you get a chance to come across it. If you don't follow me on social media now, you can follow me at That Man Marco on Instagram. My food page is matching up with Marco. Everybody been hitting me up, be like, Marcus, where you at? I've been doing a social media fast for like the last month as well too. So I'm truly locked in. Like, I'm probably even going to spill a lot of the things that I've been doing during this time on this podcast because nobody really knows I have one. So they'll be able to like go back and see, okay, this is the zone that DeMarcus was in when he was low key. So you can also follow me on YouTube at The Multifacets of DeMarcus. So for anybody that may come across this information that's able to get to the very end, I just want you to know that you're loved. Just know that if you're someone that has felt misunderstood, you felt left out of crowds or whatever it is, just know that you're destined for more. Just know that as far as your worth, like you have more worth and value than anybody in this world would know. God's the only person that knows your true value. People can tell you, hey, I see the potential here. I see that you have some upside. I see these goals or whatever for you. You're going to be the only one that can see that. So at the end of the day, if you're someone that feels left out or whatever, if you're someone that just that feels down, low on yourself, please look at my content, listen to the ways in which I've talked about how I've grown over time. I also talk about how it's not easy. There's days in which I struggle, in which I have different things that are going on that's not easy for me, but I've really got a mentality now where I can't give up on myself or the people around me. And there's people around me as well, too, that keep me going. Even if they may be going through their own things, like I continue to remember the conversations and continue to utilize those resources to be able to be my best self. So we're about to hit 46 minutes. This is probably the longest episode that I did. So I'm going to have to split it up into a couple segments, probably until people start to see my content more. Once I start to really get an audience, I can probably do longer videos like this where people are willing to listen to. But I think sometimes when you're building stuff starting off, you want to be able to reel in your audience and kind of give them more. So I'm going to split this up into 2 parts. It's your boy DeMarcus. Peace, and please enjoy y'all's week. And if you haven't found a reason to smile, if you haven't found a way to understand your worth or your value, please start by doing that now and continue to love on yourself and love on the people around you. Peace.